Fort Bragg Timberwolves are about to play a very big high school football game. Both teams are 6-2 overall. The Timberwolves have only one loss in league play, that coming to Middletown. Cloverdale has been beat by Kelseyville, but they beat Middletown. So each team now with only one league loss. Now the Timberwolves still have another game to play, and so does Cloverdale. The Timberwolves have to play Clear Lake. Cloverdale has to play a very tough St. Helena team. But this is a huge game tonight. First place is at stake. Both teams are tied for first place in the NCL1. Something's going to happen here tonight. One of these teams is going to take sole possession of first place, tied with St. Helena. If the Timberwolves do it, they'll have the advantage because they beat St. Helena when it comes to seeding for the playoffs. If Cloverdale wins tonight, they're going to basically be tied for the league lead if they're able to beat St. Helena next week. But if St. Helena wins next week, well, I don't want to go into all the different scenarios here. Suffice it to say, this is a big game tonight. Now, it's been raining today. The field is in pretty good shape. It may start raining again tonight. But we have a great game lined up for you. I'm glad you've joined us. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Tonight, the Cloverdale Eagles and the Fort Bragg Timberwolves in what should be a scary good game on Halloween. We'll be back with the pregame show and set this game up in just a couple minutes. All right, we're getting ready for a great high school football game on Halloween night here in Cloverdale. There's heavy metal music going to fire the Cloverdale Eagles up on their home field behind me. They've done a great job remodeling the bleachers here. They got a brand new press box, brand new bleachers, and it is really nice now from the home side to watch a game. Still kind of a small bleachers over on the visiting side where the Timberwolves are lined up. So here we go. Both teams are tied for first place. Both teams are coming off big wins. Cloverdale beat Middletown and Fort Bragg beat St. Helena. The Cloverdale Eagles with head coach Rick Berry and offensive coordinator Jason Fader and defensive coordinator Dustin Hogg. They're ready for a big game tonight, having to stop this no-huddle spread offense that the Timberwolves run. According to Coach Berry, his defense is going to have 4 deep, 2 over safeties the entire time, expecting the Timberwolves to throw the football. Their offense, they run the pro set out of the I formation. They've got some good running backs. Mason Meyer had a huge game against Middletown. He scored 3 touchdowns against the Mustangs last week. Their quarterback is Luke Bernardi. He's a good quarterback. And they'll also have, it's Greg Scarmella is the quarterback. The other running back is going to be Luke Bernardi. So they've got a good offensive skill set in the backfield. 2 good running backs in Bernardi and Meyer, and a good quarterback as well. So this should be a really good game for the Timberwolves defense. They've come on strong the last couple of games, and they'll get tested here tonight on the road against the Eagles. Talking to Coach Perkins, one of their top defensive players, Matt Hodla, is not suited up tonight. He was thrown out of the game last week in St. Helena, and under NCL1 section rules here for the North Coast section, if you are thrown out of a game, you cannot play the next game. So the Timberwolves defense is missing one of their top players in Matt Hodla. Also, Tristan Cooper will get the start tonight on the defensive line. Aaron Brown has been injured. But other than that, the Timberwolves are at pretty much full strength. Brett Giacomello, the fine running back, his shoulder sting feels a little better. Remember, he dinged it up against St. Helena in that win last week. It's up to, once again, their junior quarterback, Kaylor Sullivan, to have another big game. Right now, he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the state. He's had a great season. He broke the single-season passing record already with 2 games left in the season, and it's up to him to have a big game. Luke Triplett is, of course, an outstanding wide receiver. He, too, is just a junior. But the defense is a team that has to step it up tonight. They're going to have to stop a very good Cloverdale running game. So that's what we expect. A good game. We expect the Timberwolves defense to have to step it up. They're playing on the road. It's Halloween night. And the Sonoma County referees are a little different than what we find in Mendocino County. That's not to knock them. They're high school refs. They're just trying to do their job. But according to Coach Perkins, he was saying he just hopes that this is a clean game tonight, that a referee's call is not going to decide it if, in fact, it is that close. So we're ready to go. The kickoff's coming up. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Cloverdale and Fort Bragg, Halloween night. Get ready for some football. I know I am. All right, the team's now walking to the center of the field here. The night is kind of chilly here on Halloween night. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com, and we're getting set now for a great game between the Cloverdale Eagles and the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. And again, NCO1 first place is at stake here tonight. Both these teams have big wins last week. Fort Bragg beating St. Helena, and Cloverdale went to Middletown and beat the Mustangs. That is not easy to do, so you know they have a great team this year. They're led by their quarterback, Greg Scarmella, and out there you can see the captains. Adrian Bernardi is out there. Along with him is Mason Meyer, the fine running back, and the big defensive lineman and offensive lineman Travis Katowski. Cloverdale has won the toss. They're going to defer, and they're going to kick it off. The Timberwolves represented by Kaylor Sullivan out there, Devin Morgan, Martinez, or Ricky Cavender, that is. So you can see Cloverdale's going to kick it off to Fort Bragg. And Fort Bragg wearing their traveling jerseys, their white uniforms with the gray pants and the purple trim, and the Eagles at home with their blue uniforms with the blue helmets and their gold trim. We're getting set to go. The kickoff coming right up here on MendocinoTV.com. A big game on Halloween night. All right, we're ready to go here for some high school football tonight under the lights on Halloween night here at Cloverdale. Again, as I mentioned in the pregame show, we had some rain here earlier tonight, and the field is in pretty good shape. I walked out there and talked to both coaches and walked around a little bit. The field is in good shape. The night air is cooling down just a bit. Fort Bragg will get the ball first to start this game with their spread no-huddle offense. Now, if there is one thing to note here, and this may come into play later in the game, and that's the fact that Timberwolves do have a deeper team. They suit up more players. And what that means is at the end of a game, especially when you're really playing a tough, hard-fought game, you have more guys you can throw out there on the field. The Timberwolves do have depth this year. And like I said, more kids suited up on that far sideline for the Timberwolves than on the near sideline here for the Cloverdale Eagles. Familiar name, Scarmella, that's a familiar name. He's the quarterback. Bernardi, there's a familiar name in Cloverdale athletic history. Also, John McMillan, he's a wide receiver. He'll be wearing number 2. And, of course, he is the son of basketball great Craig McMillan, who led this Cloverdale Eagle high school basketball team back in the 80s to 2 state championships. So there's some bloodlines here on the Cloverdale Eagles suited up tonight playing against the Timberwolves. So the kickoff is set to go. 2 men deep. Tamaya's back there with Morgan. And set to kick it up is Yvonne Jimenez. The left footer kicks it away. It bounces. Tamayo picks it up at about his 5. He's up to the 10. Tiptoes to the 15, to the 20. And up across the 25-yard line to about the 27-yard line where the Timberwolves will have it. 1st and 10, about a 20-yard return for Tamayo. Meyer, who's been playing some good offense and defense for the Eagles, makes the tackle. So Fort Bragg will set up that no-huddle spread offense. Triplet splits out here to the left. Morgan slotted inside of him. 2 men split to the right. Giacomella's in the backfield with Kaylor Sullivan, who takes a snap, drops straight back, short pass over the middle, caught by Baker. Baker with the catch and picks up a few yards up across the 30, about a 5-6 yard pickup. And it'll be 2nd down and about 4. Bernardi makes the tackle for the Eagles. Sullivan comes over and talks to Triplet for a moment as they set up here that no-huddle spread offense. Giacomella, again, the lone back with him. 2 men split right, 2 men split left. Out of the shotgun, Kaylor Sullivan takes the snap. Short drop, looking left, pass, caught by Giacomella out of the backfield, breaks 1 tackle to the 40, to the 45, jukes a man, and as it cross up close to midfield, a 1st down for the Timberwolves as he made a nice run after the catch that time. Giacomella gets a 1st down at about the 48-yard line. Fort Bragg picks up their first down. We're just underway here tonight. On the near hash mark now, Sullivan, again with 2 men left, 2 men right. Takes a snap, looks to his right, fires a pass. It's caught by Trujillo. Trujillo breaks a tackle to the 40 and across the 40 down to the 38-yard line, and another 1st down for the Timberwolves, who come out with a couple of quick 1st downs here on their first offensive series. Once again, 2 men left, 2 men right. Far hash mark now for Sullivan with Giacomella with him in the backfield. He's back to pass, getting pressure this time. Steps up, throws, caught by Giacomella, whose job jogged out of bounds there at about the 35-yard line. A short pickup, but positive yardage nonetheless, about a 3 or 4 yard pickup, setting down 2nd down and 6. The ball at the Cloverdale 34-yard line. Just underway first quarter. Been only a minute gone on the clock so far. Sullivan takes a snap, looking to his left, getting pressure, gets away for a moment, and then is sacked. That time by the Eagles. A lot of pressure that time as he gets back across the 40 back to the 41-yard line is where they passed it, set it, and it's going to be 3rd down and 14 for the Timberwolves now. Big play here. Same pro set on that spread. Sullivan takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking to his left. He pump fakes. Now he's going to run. Puts the ball under his arm, breaks a tackle, and gets close to the 34-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Now he's still on his feet and finally brought down at the 25. Well, I didn't wait for the whistle. I thought he was down, but what a run by Kaylor Sullivan to get the 1st down. A beautiful run by Sullivan, who looked like he was tackled at the 34-yard line and stayed on his feet, twisted away, and managed to get a 1st down at the 25. 1st and 10, Fort Bragg, near hash mark now. Sullivan again rolling to his right, takes the snap and rolling, looking, throwing, pass is caught by Trujillo, and he's close to another 1st down to about the 15-yard line, and the Timberwolves are coming out here running the ball very well. Of course, they're throwing the ball, but their offense is running a very smooth offense so far in this first series. Just under 2 minutes gone on the clock, and they're already down to the Eagle 15-yard line. Not quite a 1st down that time, so it's 2nd down and about a yard. There's a give to Giacomello. He's going right up the middle. He's got the 1st down up close to the 10-yard line, and in fact inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Timberwolves at the Eagle 9-yard line. So Cloverdale won the toss. They deferred and kicked it off to Fort Bragg, and the Timberwolves might be making them rethink that decision here early on. They're at the 9-yard line. Sullivan again comes over to talk to Triplett for a moment. Triplett now looks like he has single coverage out here, and this is a part of the end zone, or part of the field where he can get loose in the end zone. These two have hooked up quite a bit this year. 1st and goal. Sullivan looking that way, throwing. There's the pass for Triplett, and he throws a bad pass, and it's intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He dropped it. Oh, almost an interception by Adrian Bernardi that time. And the Timberwolves get a little bit of a break. It looked like Triplett started to go to the flag, and that ball was thrown over his other shoulder, and he didn't have a chance to get back, and Bernardi nearly intercepted the football. But instead, the Timberwolves catch a little break there, and it's 2nd down and goal. Giacomello in the backfield along with Sullivan on the spread formation. There's the snap. Back to pass, getting pressure. Middle screen. Caught by Giacomello. He's up to the 5. Breaks a tackle. Inside the 5. Down close to about the 3-yard line. Setting up 3rd and goal. That's that middle screen the Timberwolves have had some success with this year. I think that was the play that they set up when he was sacked back here in the same offensive series. 9:02 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg has it 3rd down and goal now at about the 3-yard line. Now there's some problems with the personnel of the Timberwolves. Morgan was going to run off. Now he stays on the field, along with Trujillo, split out to the right. Sullivan takes the snap. Gives it to Giacomello, left side. He's got room. He dives. I think he's in. They haven't given him the touchdown yet. They're going to say he's down. There it is. Touchdown, Timberwolves. So Fort Bragg takes the ball and moves it right downfield for a touchdown here in the first quarter with 8:33 to go. It's Fort Bragg 6 and Cloverdale nothing. And the big back, Brett Giacomello, who's had some problems with a shoulder stinger this year, comes off the field after scoring a touchdown. On to kick the extra point is Christian Flores now. Jesse Martinez to hold. There's a snap, there's a spot, there's a kick. It's up, and it is good. So, with 8:33 to go in the first quarter, the Fort Bragg Timberwolves go right down and score as Kaylor Sullivan with a big run on 3rd down, which really set up that touchdown. As the Fort Bragg Timberwolves draw first blood, if I can use that term, on Halloween night, it's Fort Bragg 7, Cloverdale nothing. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. All right, Fort Bragg with a 7-0 lead as They'll get ready to kick it off now. Darren Rexroad will kick it off for the Timberwolves. Bernardi is back there deep for Cloverdale. And it's a low bouncing kick. Taken up at the 21-yard line to the 25 to the 30. Tries to get outside. Bernardi dancing around and is brought down at about the 33-yard line. So Cloverdale, or Gutierrez, I'm sorry, was the man who picked up that bouncing kick. He was one of the upbacks. And Cloverdale has it 1st and 10. The ball at their own 32-yard line. Well, they'll feature more of a pro type of offense. They'll run it out of the I formation, and they've got two good running backs. Mason Myers, the one to watch, 6'1", 170-pound junior. He had a great game against Middletown last week. Scarmella at quarterback. Double tight end formation to start the game. And here they come. Pitch back and stopped immediately by Casey in the backfield. Was Bernardi, the ball carrier. And
Luke Bernardi, the ball carrier.
You got two Bernardis, Luke Bernardi and Adrian Bernardi. One wears 20, Luke Bernardi wears 20, and Adrian Bernardi wears 21. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Scarmella gets the play in from his coach, Rick Berry, who's been here a long time, does a great job with this Eagle football team. And they come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, double tight end formation. Backs in the I set. Now McMillan goes in motion and comes to a wing position on the left side. And there's a run to the left and a fake and a tackle by the Timberwolves. Scarmella actually kept the ball. He faked it for a moment and then started to run, but he was stopped before he got anything. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Perkins on the stop. Also in there on the stop for the Timberwolves that time was Marco Mora. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Scarmella talking to the coach and some of the people here in Cloverdale. He's a good quarterback. He's got a good arm, so he's in a passing situation now. Gets a play in from offensive coordinator Jason Fader.
Cloverdale 32.
Fort Bragg 7, Cloverdale nothing. We're in the first quarter, 7:08 to go. Halloween night in Cloverdale. Again, the backs are in the I formation. Again, a double tight end formation. McMillan now comes in motion to the left. Stops. Scarmella pitches back. There's Meyer, the ball carrier, and he's got some room. Gets to the outside. He's got a 1st down and more. A big 3rd down, 1st down, and that was Luke Bernardi. I'm sorry, the ball carrier. Meyer wears number 22, Bernardi wears 21, and Luke Bernardi wears 20. It was Bernardi that got the 1st down. A nice gain as he picks up about 16 yards and sets at 1st and 10 for the Cloverdale Eagles at their own 46. Nice sweep that time. They set McMillan in motion. He was a wing on the left side. They pulled the guard and looked like the tackle from the right side of the line, and really it was the old team sweep to the left, and they broke Bernardi for a 1st down. On the far hash mark now, again up to the line of scrimmage, come the Eagles with that I formation. McMillan comes in motion now, sets to the right. Long count from Scarmella. He gives it to the first guy through, and he's got some positive yardage before the defense for the Timberwolves will stop him, but he picked up about 4 yards, setting down 2nd down and 6. Meyer, the ball carrier that time for the Eagles, as he gets his first carry of the night. He scored 3 touchdowns against Middletown last week.
Scotty Titus on the tackle. Brings up 2nd down. Ball just inside the Eagle 50.
Fort Bragg scored first here at 7-0. Their defense out on the field as Cloverdale converted on a big 3rd down play, and now it's 2nd down and about 6. The ball at their own 49-yard line. The Eagles again with a double tight end formation. Scarmella with his backs in the I formation gives to the second man through. That's Meyer, and he's hit in the backfield and stopped. Nice play that time. The initial hit made by Marco Mora once again, coming in from his right defensive line position.
52, Marco Mora.
Also, Whitlaw came in to help him out. Actually lost about a yard, setting up 3rd down and 7. The ball at the Cloverdale 48-yard line now. Scarmella yet to throw the football as Cloverdale has kept it on the ground here in their first offensive series. So again, the defense probably will be tested here. We'll see if they throw the football. 3rd down and 7. Scarmella over center. Pitches back. Right up the middle he comes, and he's going to be short of the 1st down, gets across midfield. I believe that was Luke Bernardi that time.
Luke Bernardi off the right side.
Picked up positive yardage, got it down to the Fort Bragg 49-yard line, setting up 4th down and 5. Are the Eagles going to punt? We'll see. Gutierrez comes out on the field. And it looks like they're in punt formation right now as Devin Morgan sprints back to take the punt. Timberwolves got to make sure they don't get drawn off sides here now. It's 4th down and 5. There's the snap, and it's a fake. And he's running to his left. He's got first down yardage and more. And tackled down at about the Cloverdale 34-yard line as Bernardi with a fake punt that time. Timberwolves weren't ready for it. And give kudos to Coach Rick Berry as he caught the Timberwolves special teams off guard that time. He didn't even fake like he was going to punt it. He just took the snap and ran around the right side. Make that 4 minutes now left to go in the first quarter as Cloverdale's managed to keep the ball on offense for quite a few minutes here after the Timberwolves took the opening kickoff and went right down and scored a touchdown. Now Cloverdale has it first down at the Fort Bragg 34-yard line. There's that tight double tight end formation. Scarmella takes a snap. Now he's back to pass, getting a little pressure from Casey rolling. Now he's going to run, and he's got some room, and he is dropped after picking up maybe a couple yards. Nice job by Strickland that time as he came up to cut Scarmella off. It looked like he had an alley running up the right sideline that time, but Strickland cut him off nicely and made a nice tackle in the open field. So about a 1-yard gain. I'm not sure if that was a broken play or if Scarmella was simply going to roll out and throw the football that time. It looked almost as though he wanted to hand it off but didn't get the handoff and instead tried to pick up some yardage on himself or by himself. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Ball at the Fort Bragg 33-yard line. Scarmella over center. Again, that double tight end formation. Backs in the I formation. He gets a snap. He fumbles the football. It's on the ground, but it's picked up by Cloverdale. And a penalty flag is thrown, and they had not blown the whistle yet. You can't blame that Fort Bragg kid for hitting him because the whistle hadn't blown. So he thought it was still a live ball. He came in and made the hit, and instead it's going to be a penalty. It'll be a first down for Cloverdale, and that's a tough one. Once a fumble is recovered and the man's down, you need to blow the whistle and stop the play. The Timberwolves were trying to recover that fumble and diving in there and trying to stop him if he got up and ran. So there's the first big penalty of the game, and you can watch it on video and see what I'm talking about there. And if your audio can pick it up, the whistle hadn't blown yet. So that's a tough one. You can't really fault the kid. You know, obviously if the whistle blows and a kid's sitting on a fumble, you don't pile on. But when he's getting up trying to run and the whistle hasn't blown, boy, that's just, I don't know. But, again, as I said in the pregame show, I set you up for this. The Sonoma County referees are a little bit different. I've watched them for 33 years. I know what I'm talking about. 1st and 10, Cloverdale. They have it down at the Timberwolves 20-yard line now. First down. So let's see if the Timberwolves defense can stiffen up here. There's that same pro set formation with the I backs behind Scarmella. Scarmella fakes, play action rolling now to his left, throwing deep, and the pass is incomplete. Woefully underthrown that time near the yard marker on the left sideline. The flag is down on the play. And we'll see what the call is. They have mics here, so this is nice. At least we can. So it's holding offense against the Eagles. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, and the Timberwolves defense will get 10 yards back the other way. Nice play action by Scarmella that time, but as soon as he rolled to his left, I think he thought he might have a little time, and there was somebody right there. I didn't catch who it was for the Timberwolves defense, but he really did put good pressure and forced a bad pass that time. Scarmella, like I said, has a good arm, but when you're rolling to your left and you're in trouble a little bit, it's tough to get off a clean pass, and unfortunately there was a hold on that play too for the Eagle offense. So it's going to be second down. Now the penalty went from where the hold occurred, I believe. Now the referee is stopping the clock.
Second down, Eagles. Ball now on the Fort Bragg 39.
So the ball all the way back to the 39-yard line, so it's going to be up. They need to get up to the 29-yard line for a first down. Now they're talking it over, and they may respot this football. But I believe the holding call was marked off from where the infraction occurred rather than the line of scrimmage. And since he had dropped way back, the hold happened way back behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to keep it right here. So here we go. First down at about 29 for the Eagles. Different formation this time. 2 men split left. 1 man splits to the right. 1 back behind Scarmella. He's back to pass. He's hit immediately. The ball's loose. It's picked up by the Timberwolves. Whitlock recovers the fumble. I think it was Perkins or Titus. I wasn't sure who made the hit on Scarmella. But the Timberwolves defense gets a turnover, and they have it 1st and 10 at the Cloverdale 46-yard line. Whitlock on that football that time with 3:03 to go in the first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 7-0. Their defense comes up with the first big turnover of the game, and they'll have it 1st and 10. This time Baker splits out to lift Triplett. 3 men split out right. Giacomello, the lone back, with Sullivan behind the line, or behind the center there in the shotgun formation. He gets the snap. He's rolling to his right. Pump fake. Now he zings it in there, and it's caught for close to a first down by Triplett. About a 9-yard gain that time. 2nd down and 1. The ball up to the Eagle 37-yard line. Call it the 36-yard line. As they look it over to see if it's a first down. And they might call for a measurement here. Looks like he's short, but I'm a long ways away. We're just underway. 7-0 Fort Bragg. 2:39 to go first quarter. So here come the chain gang as they check the spot here. It's very unique for a high school football team to run the spread offense. It's even more unique when you run it with no huddle. And it basically makes the defense have to really pay attention the whole time. You don't get that moment to relax while the team's in the huddle. It sort of throws off your defensive rhythm, if I may, because football, it's not just offense, it's defense too, and your defense can sometimes get in a rhythm. And this no-huddle offense with the spread formation oftentimes takes a team off their game a little bit. So it'll be 2nd down and short. The ball is short. Ball right at the 36-yard line. Sullivan gives to Giacomello, left side. He's got the first down and gets up to about the 31-yard line, picking up about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down, or first down, that is, for the Timberwolves now at the 31-yard line of Cloverdale. Down to 2:28 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg here leading 7-0. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Triplett, the lone man left, got a safety and a cornerback out here with him. 3 men split to the right. Sullivan takes a bad snap, passes it to Morgan, right side, makes the catch, got some yardage. Again, across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. So the Timberwolves offense is clicking here in this first quarter as they took the first kickoff, went down and scored a touchdown, and now they're moving the football again here. But there is a penalty flag down, so hold the phones. So Baker's called for holding on that play, so nullify the play. It was a first down play, and it'll come back now to about the 41-yard line, so it's going to be first down and about 20 now for Kaylor Sullivan and the Timberwolves offense. So again, 4 deep for Cloverdale in this game. 2 over safeties, 2 back along with the defensive back. Sullivan rolling to his left. He's getting in trouble now, and he is going to be sacked. As the whistle blows, he's sacked right at the close to the original line of scrimmage. About a 1-yard loss that time. It'll be 2nd down now and 20. Clock continues to run with 1:47 to go here in this first quarter. 7-0 Fort Bragg.
1:40 remaining in the first quarter.
It'll be tough to go deep on the Eagles with their safeties, twin safeties playing at least 10 yards off the ball. There's the snap. Sullivan up to throw. A little pitch up to Giacomello. Giacomello still on his feet as he picks up some yardage, only about 5 or 6. It's going to set up 3rd and long. Just a little shovel pass that time up to about the 36-yard line. The Timberwolves can get a first down at the 21-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 15. Clock down to a minute 13 to go first quarter. So another big 3rd down play for the Timberwolves here. As Sullivan looks over to the sideline. Trujillo comes into the game. Giacana checks out. Triplett now goes to the right side of the formation. Trujillo comes out here to the left. Morgan slotted inside of him. Baker slotted inside of Triplett out here on the right. Ball on the near hash mark is Sullivan. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Looking left. Throwing left. Trujillo's there. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Timberwolves! As Trujillo beat Nick Scalabrini that time and gets the touchdown. Kaylor Sullivan on a 3rd down and 15 throws a 36-yard touchdown pass, and Fort Bragg leads it 14-0. So Sullivan once again throwing a touchdown pass, and now we're going to see an extra point attempt here. This is Christian Flores here to kick the extra point. Snap, spot down, kick is low, and it's not going to be any good. So if anything goes well for Cloverdale, it's the failed extra point. But right now it's all Fort Bragg. 39 seconds to go first quarter. It's Fort Bragg 13, Cloverdale nothing. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com on Halloween night. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a moment. All right, we still have a long ways to go in this game. It's Halloween night, and 13 points on the board for the Timberwolves. Isn't an omen? Now remember, they got ahead of Middletown 13-0, only to lose that game. So don't count your chickens before they're hatched. We got a long ways to go, but right now Fort Bragg is in the driver's seat. Here's the kickoff for the Timberwolves. It's another low bouncer. Up, Danny Burnell has it, and he's going to be stopped, but not before he turns it up to about the 37-yard line. Burnell, that is. Sorry, I mispronounced his name. He's up to the 37, where Cloverdale, with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter, will have it 1st and 10. That last drive was set up by a turnover. Whitlock recovering a fumble, and then on 3rd and 15, Kaylor Sullivan threw a 36-yard touchdown pass to Trujillo.
Cloverdale 36.
So here we go. Cloverdale now with their I formation. 2 backs behind Scaramella at quarterback. That tight formation. And he takes a snap and he gives. That's Myers. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks another tackle, and gets some good yardage. Mason Meyer with a nice run that time. Picks up about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. That should be the last play here in this first quarter. Scaramella, when he's dropping back after getting the snap, the pulling guard has run into him a couple of times. Almost caused a problem on that play. And the Eagles are ready to let the clock click down. I got to tell you, there's a gunshot that goes off here. It's not a buzzer, so if you hear a gun, they're not gunning for me. They're signaling the end of the quarter. It's Fort Bragg 13, Cloverdale nothing. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com will be back with the second quarter. All right, we're back here, all set to go. They play 12-minute quarters here in high school football. Fort Bragg leading 13-0. We're back to action. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Cloverdale has the ball at their own 42-yard line. On the far hash mark, Scaramella with his backs in the I formation. Gives to the first man through, and he's got good yardage. He could go all the way. He goes right up the middle and breaks clean. Touchdown, Cloverdale. Mason Meyer, the running back that time, and somebody missed the defensive assignment. He just went right up the middle, and he was all the way to the safety spot without being touched. So on the first play of the second quarter, a 58-yard touchdown run, and it's now 13-6. And that missed extra point a while ago might come into play. I told you we've had a long ways to go in this game, and Meyer, who had 3 touchdowns against Middletown, with a nice run there. So this is Jimenez on for the extra point. The lefty gets a snap, spots down, kick is no good. The Timberwolves blocked it. And that was big because Cloverdale now does not get the extra point, and with 11:51 to go here in this first half, it's Fort Bragg 13. Once again, Timberwolves 13, Cloverdale 6. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a moment. All right, here we go. I would watch for an onside kick maybe here, the way the Eagles special teams, they pulled a fake punt and got away with it here early on in this game. And right now they've got a little momentum after that touchdown. So let's see if they actually kick it away here or try something tricky. Jimenez ready to kick it off for the Eagles. And he does. He kicks it away. End-over-end kick. Tamaya lets it bounce, and it goes out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So the Timberwolves will get it 1st and 10. And with some pretty decent field position.
First down, Timberwolves from their own 35.
So Fort Bragg will get it for the first time in the second quarter. The Eagles scored on 1 play in the second quarter on a 58-yard touchdown run. by Mason Meyer, and we got a game now. Fort Bragg will have it 1st and 10, the ball at their own 35-yard line. Giacomella in the backfield along with Sullivan now as Giacana in the game splits out here to the right along with Baker. Triplet in the slot. Morgan, that is, outside of him. There's the snap, spot, Sullivan looking. Now he's going to run, and he's got some good yardage. Gets a first down across the 45-yard line up to the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Timberwolves. Sullivan gets up. He's hit pretty good that time, but he got right up after the tackle. So a nice carry there by Sullivan, 1st and 10. So once again, the Timberwolves with that spread formation. 2 men to the right, 2 men to the left. Giacomella, the lone back, with Sullivan at quarterback out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, looking over the middle. Pump fake, throws. Now his pass is caught by Morgan. And a beautiful pass that time by Sullivan after the pump fake. Looks like it's enough for another Timberwolves first down to the Cloverdale 43. And even though they've got extra defenders in the backfield, twin safeties, Sullivan is finding the open man. 11:29 to go here in the second quarter. First down, Fort Bragg on the near hash mark. 2 men split to the right. 2 men split left. Sullivan looking over to the sideline for a moment now. He's got time because this is a no-huddle offense. Now they reset. He looks over his offensive formation, takes a snap. Looks like a swing pass out of the backfield. There it comes to Giacomella. He makes a catch, and his legs are taken out from under him that time on a low tackle, and he gets up a little sore. And that could be a big injury if he's hurt. They went right for a low tackle that time. Gutierrez making the tackle after a 4-yard pickup. It'll be second down. Call it a 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7, and hopefully Giacomella's okay. That's a big blow if he can't get back out there. So, 2nd down and 7 for the Timberwolves. Sullivan takes a snap, looks, throws over the middle, caught by Morgan. Morgan got a first down and more, and he's head tackled down at about the 28-yard line.
Sullivan's pass complete to number 4, Morgan, brought down by.
So another first down for the Timberwolves. Down inside the 30-yard line, down to about the 28-yard line of Cloverdale. This time 3 men split to the right. Triplet, the lone man out left. And again, look at the safeties. 10, 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. And a penalty flag goes down as Trujillo, or I think that's Giacana, moved early before the snap. It'll be a penalty against the Timberwolves, and it'll be first down at 15. False start the call. Gives me a chance to thank our sponsors. Peoria Insurance, Purity Supermarket, Fort Bragg Transmission, the Jerry Mello Foundation, Columbia's Market and Deli, Ryan Perkins Attorney at Law, Bob Bruce Dentistry, Randall Heating and Sheet Metal. Thanks for making it possible to bring you these games on MendocinoTV.com, Fort Bragg's finest web TV. All right, here we go. 1st and 15 now for the Timberwolves. Sullivan gives it to Scooty Titus over the left side, and Titus picks up some yardage. Back close to the original line of scrimmage, about a 4-yard pickup. It'll be, I may call it a 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 12. So Giacomella, the fine running back for the Timberwolves, who was tackled after catching a pass down low, continues to be on the sideline with his helmet off. I could see him moving that leg around. His right leg was injured on that tackle, but Titus comes in now in the backfield for the Timberwolves, and he did a good job last week against St. Helena coming in when Giacomella got the shoulder sting. There's a snap. Sullivan setting up over the middle. He's in trouble. He gets away and breaks another tackle before he's brought down. Nice tackle by Cloverdale that time in the open field by Damon McKinney, but a penalty flag is down back where it looks like it could be holding. And that's the call, holding offense against the Timberwolves. 10-yard penalty, and that play will come back after a nice gain by Sullivan. And not only that, he took a good hit that time. You hate to have positive yardage taken away by a penalty, but it's even worse when you get stuck pretty good like Sullivan did by McKinney that time. 13-6, Fort Bragg leading in this battle for first place in the NCL 1, and this is a huge penalty, taking it all the way back, almost to midfield of the Cloverdale 39-yard line. They had the ball at the 29-yard line, so that's a 20-yard penalty because the holding call was taken, was marked off, that is, from where the penalty occurred. Now a timeout is called by the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. It's 2nd down and basically to Santa Rosa to go for a first down. all the way inside the 20. We'll take a timeout. The score, Fort Bragg 13, Cloverdale 6. We got us a game here on Halloween. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. All right, we're back. The Fort Bragg Timberwolves scored on a 1-yard run from Brett Giacomella, who's over on the sideline on this offensive series, injuring his leg. They've also scored on a 36-yard touchdown pass from Sullivan to Trujillo. Cloverdale scored on a 58-yard run by Meyer, and that's where we stand here, 9:12 to go in the half. 2nd down and 30 for the Timberwolves. Sullivan takes a snap, gets some pressure, pump fake. Now he's throwing deep. Got a man open, and did he make the catch? An amazing juggling catch by Devin Morgan up the left sideline on a beautiful pass from Kaylor Sullivan. What a pass from Sullivan. 32-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 Timberwolves, and so much for that holding penalty. And I'm sure many of the fans here for Cloverdale are tipping their cap already to this young junior quarterback for the Timberwolves. He is the real deal, folks. 1st and 10. 16-yard line. 3 men split to the right, 1 man splits to the left. Sullivan takes a snap, a low snap, rolling to his right, gets away from 1 man, throws, caught. Giacomella back in the game, gets a 1st down, it looks like, or close to it, inside the 10. Picking up about 9 that time. And Fort Bragg knocking on the door with 8:50 to go here in this first quarter, leading 13-6. If they can get another score here, they can definitely keep some momentum, as the Eagles answered quickly here in the second quarter, but the Timberwolves on a good drive have already overcome a big penalty, and now they have it 2nd down and 2, the ball at the Eagle 8-yard line. And now Giacomella has to tie a shoe, but it's nice to see him back in there now. 2 men split right, 1 man splits left. Sullivan takes a snap, gives it to Giacomella. Over the left side he goes. It looks like he has a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Timberwolves here. He's got the 1st down. And the ball now will be at the Cloverdale Eagle, looks like about their 6-yard line. 1st and goal. Sullivan up to the line of scrimmage quickly now. Out of that no huddle. Takes a snap. Gives it to Giacomella again. And again he goes right up the middle. And he's still going and stops short of the goal line, I think. Well, he's in, and a penalty flag goes down. It's going to be against Fort Bragg. One of their wide receivers came in and pushed one of the Eagles, and the referee's going to call it. This is not going to count, and it's going to be a big penalty. Watch. Assisting the runner, number 63, White. 5-yard penalty, replay 1st down. So there goes the touchdown. It's actually only a 5-yard penalty, and it wasn't. I thought maybe he came in and shoved. Wide receiver for the Timberwolves came in and shoved one of the Eagles, and that's not what they called. They actually called assisting the running back, so that's a 5-yard penalty. That brings it out to the 10-yard line. Either way, the touchdown was nullified, and it'll be 2nd down and goal. Actually, it's a 5-yard penalty, so they're going to mark it at about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. Still 1st down, though, so that's right. After the penalty, the down remains the same. So 1st down for the Timberwolves. 1st and goal at the 8. The give to Giacomella again, and again he fights his way backwards, picking up some positive yardage. It's good that the clock is running during this drive as well. 2nd and goal, ball on the Eagle 4. So the ball inside the 5-yard line now, where it'll be 2nd down and goal. 13-6, Fort Bragg leading, trying to add another score up on that board. Both teams tied for 1st place in the NCL1 right now with the St. Helena Saints. So Fort Bragg ready to run the play now out of that spread formation. Sullivan takes a snap, rolling to his left. Now he throws, caught by Strickland, and Strickland dives, and he is stopped short of the goal line. Hard to see exactly where they are on the field from our vantage point here. He's probably at about the 4-yard line, setting up 3rd and goal. Nice tackle that time by Nick Scalabrini for Cloverdale. And timeout is called, I believe, by the Timberwolves. Fort Bragg calls a timeout. 6:56 to go here in this first half with the score Fort Bragg 13, Cloverdale 6. We'll take a timeout. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Big play coming up. All right, 6:56 to go here in the second quarter. Fort Bragg leading 13-6. When we come back to action, it's 3rd and goal. The ball spotted at the 4-yard line of Cloverdale. Morgan splits out to the right.
Goal for the Timberwolves. Ball on the Eagle 4.
Triplett splits out to the left. A double tight end formation. Sullivan with Giacomo in the backfield. Sullivan back to pass, looking for Triplett. He's got it. Touchdown Timberwolves as Triplett got inside the defender, and they were expecting the run. Nice timeout and nice play call by Coach Roy Perkins, and Fort Bragg now leads 19-6. As Sullivan gets his second touchdown pass of the game.
Pass was caught by Lucas Triplett.
Flores on to try the extra point for Fort Bragg. These extra points could be huge now because the Eagles definitely have shown they're here to play tonight. There's a snap, there's a spot, the kick is up, it's got the distance, and it's good. So an extra point from Flores, and the score with 6:51 to go here in the second quarter. It's Fort Bragg 20 and Cloverdale 6. I'm Lindy Peters. We'll take a little break and be back with the kickoff in just a moment. All right, Fort Bragg now leading 20-6 as they get ready to kick it off.
For Fort Bragg.
Rexroad will kick it off.
Bernardi and Meyer are deep for the Eagles.
His kick is a low bouncer. It's taken by an up man at his own 30-yard line up to the 35, and down he goes. Tackled there by the Fort Bragg Timberwolves special teams. That was Jasper Estes who made the stop.
Fielded the kickoff.
Bernal, the return gets it up to about the 35-yard line where Cloverdale will have it 1st and 10.
First down Eagles. Ball just inside their own 35.
So now we'll see what the Eagle offense can do. They do run the football, and they have a good running team. We've seen that. Meyer and Bernardi, both good running backs, and there they are in the I formation behind Scarmella with that double tight end formation. Same set here on offense every play. Scarmella pitches on a little option read to the man outside, and he gets some good yardage. Nice play by the defense that time as Scarmella, it was sort of the read option that time. He looked like he was going to keep it himself and then pitched it at the last second when he was about to get tackled. About a 6-yard gain for Bernardi that time. That'll be 2nd down and 4.
Second down. Ball on the Cloverdale 42.
So the Eagles pick up a good first down yardage play there, and it's 2nd down and 4 now. Far hash mark. Scarmella over center. Takes a snap. Up the middle they come, and not much of a pickup that time, maybe about a yard or two. I think Meyer was the ball carrier. Hard to tell after that play because it happened rather quickly. He did pick up a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now as the Timberwolves defense able to stop him that time. Actually picked up more than that. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard, actually.
3rd down, Eagles.
So out of the I formation, Scarmella over center now. 3rd and short. Takes the snap, pitches back, and the defense for the Timberwolves stop them at about the 44-yard line, where I believe it's still going to be short of the 1st down, setting up 4th down. No gain that time. As Luke Bernardi tried the Timberwolves defense that time, and the Wolves came up and stopped him. So 4th and a yard. Well, Cloverdale probably going to go for it here. Now remember, they've one punt formation they had. It was a fake punt, and they got the 1st down. See if they try and run something here. Scarmella's coming into the huddle here, and it looks like they're going to go for it. 4:41 to go here in the half. Fort Bragg leading 20-6. So a big 4th down play here. Timberwolves packed up on the line of scrimmage. 8 men up. And there's the snap, and there's the carry, and I don't think he got it. It depends where they mark it. It looks to me like the Timberwolves have stopped him, but it really all depends. And there's a penalty flag that goes in late. Well, either way, the penalty is going to determine what happens on this play. And Fort Bragg is backing up for some reason. Coach Perkins said, got to watch the officiating when you come to Sonoma County. What is the call here?
After the play was over, we have a dead ball, personal foul,
So there it is, a gift for Cloverdale. A 15-yard personal foul. We weren't told what the personal foul was for, but it is a personal foul after a dead ball, so the play was stopped. It would have been fourth down. I mean, it would have been the Timberwolves football, but instead 15 yards. We're not sure what the personal foul was called for. You have a microphone. You could say late hit. You could say blow to the head. You could say something. But anyway, first down Cloverdale all the way up to the 40-yard line of Fort Bragg.
4:20 till halftime.
Well, I've seen it for 33 years. There's a football sitting on the field. The official doesn't see it. Now the Cloverdale ball dude comes over and gets it off the field. First down, the Eagles. No, Fort Bragg has it. It's a dead ball call. I'm sorry. So it was after they stopped him on fourth down. The pass complete to Baker. I got to get things straight here. They run the play so fast. So here's what happened. They stopped him on fourth down, so it was a dead ball. So it was the Timberwolves ball, and then the 15-yard penalty was assessed after they had stopped him. So it's a first down for the Timberwolves, and 15 yards from there, and they got a first down on that play to Baker. So let me correct myself. And when they run that no-huddle offense, I was looking down for a moment at the Cloverdale Eagles program here to get a player's number, and when I looked up, Fort Bragg had the football. So anyway, 20-6. Fort Bragg leading here in the first half, 4:13 to go, second quarter. First down at the Eagle 46-yard line. Snap, pass, quick pass to Morgan. He's got it. Cuts inside, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, down to the 30, still on his feet and out of bounds, and a flag comes flying in at the end of that play. Now Baker came over to help him out with a block. And Luke Bernardi made the tackle out of bounds. Let's see what the call is. It might be, you would think, face mask or something against the defense unless Baker went over and made an illegal block. Let's see what the call is here. Horse collar tackle on the defense. So a 15-yard penalty on the Eagles this time. And Fort Bragg gets a big break here. That'll bring the ball down to Cloverdale's 11-yard line, where it'll be first down Timberwolves. 4:04 to go here in this first half. And if they get a touchdown here, the Timberwolves are clearly in the driver's seat. Sullivan now barking out a signal to his receivers on the right side of the formation. Gets the snap. Fakes, looks. Now he's running up the middle, and he's got some positive yardage up inside the 10, down about the 9. The clock continues to run. 3:55 to go here in the second quarter. Well, again, the Eagles' defense has been out on the field a lot in this game. Sullivan picked up about 2 yards that time. Second down now. They can get a first down right short of the goal line. There's the snap. Rolling to his right. Rolling, looking. Pump fake. Going to run. Going to keep it. He's close to the end zone. He fumbles. The ball's loose, and Cloverdale has it. And Sullivan is holding his arm. Sullivan is holding his arm as he comes off the field. That's not good to see. He hurt his arm. The kid put his helmet right on the ball that time. And Sullivan might be hurt as he goes off the field, and that would be a huge turn of events. The Timberwolves almost had a touchdown, instead a fumble, and at the same time their quarterback may be hurt. He's holding his right hand. It doesn't look good. The ball was recovered in the end zone, so Cloverdale will get it out on the 20. Let's hope Sullivan is okay. Well, the Timberwolves defense are going to have to answer the call now as the Timberwolves turn it over.
Touchback, first down Cloverdale from their own 20. 3:24 till halftime.
20-6 to score. The defense now has to really come up and help out their offense after that last play. You hate to see it when Sullivan takes off running because he's so important. He's basically the offense this year, not to take anything away from anybody else, but a talent like that comes around once in a lifetime, and you don't want to see him get hurt. So Scarmella now, 1st and 10, the ball at his own 20-yard line. Fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, and he's down. Wrapped up nicely by a fired-up defense that time. Thrown to the ground that time by the Timberwolves defense. Wasn't sure if that was Mora who made the stop. It was Mora. Loss of about a yard, 2nd and 11. Down to 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Fort Bragg leads at 20-6 on MendocinoTV.com. I'm Lindy Peters trying to look across the way. And Sullivan really is holding that arm, that hand. Hopefully he's okay. He's got a football now as he tries to throw it, and it's really hurting his hand. Back to action. Up the middle come the Eagles. And a nice gain that time for Cloverdale as they get up close to a first down. Sullivan really is hurt. He's trying to throw the football, and he can't. He just throws the football down. His right arm is hurt. He's not looking good across the sideline. Something happened. He was holding the ball in his right arm, and he was hit right on the right arm by a helmet, and he is really hurt over there on the right sideline. So it'll be 3rd down at about 3 now. Big play for the Timberwolves defense. Scarmello over center. Gives. Man is stopped by the defense. Strickland, Mora, and the rest of the team stop him. It's going to be 4th down deep in their own territory. Sullivan now with ice on his arm on the right side. I don't know if he'll return. I watched him try and throw a football on the sideline on the right side, and he just couldn't do it. So it's going to be 4th down and 2. You'd think the Eagles are going to have to punt here, but the Timberwolves need to watch out for that fake because Bernardi, the punter, is a fine runner, as we saw on one fake punt already. In fact, no one is back for the Timberwolves. They're all up on the line of scrimmage. Bernardi gets a snap. He does kick it away. No one back for the Timberwolves, and it takes a sideways bounce, and Fort Bragg will have it on their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, with 1:13 to go in the half. But who will be out at quarterback? It looks like Sullivan's going to run back out onto the field. Now he stops back and goes back to the sideline to talk to the coach. He's going to run back out there. Boy, he's tough. A minute to go in the half. Fort Bragg has it on 48, leading 20-6. Sullivan, who I watched try and throw a football on the sideline, didn't even throw the football, but he's back out. It takes a snap, gives it to Giacomella. Left side he goes, and the big guy's still on his feet. Gallops and gets a 1st down. Down to about the 46-yard line of Cloverdale. And it looks like the Timberwolves are probably going to run the clock down. Now remember, Cloverdale will get the kickoff to begin the second half. A minute to go in this first half. Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 6. Giacomella in the backfield along with Sullivan. Sullivan gets the snap, gives it to Giacomella again. And he gets some positive yardage up across the 45 down to about the 42-yard line. 45 seconds to go in this first half. About a 4 or 5 yard pickup, 2nd down now for the Timberwolves. Halloween night at Cloverdale with the NCL1 League crown on the line. Fort Bragg leading 20-6, but Sullivan may have hurt his right hand fumbling near the end zone. They give it to Giacomella again, and he's again got good yardage for another 1st down for the Timberwolves down to about the 35, down to 22 seconds to go in the first half. Cloverdale calls a timeout here. And we'll keep it right here. We want to thank again Rich Peoria Insurance, Purity Supermarket, Fort Bragg Transmission, the Jerry Mello Foundation, Columbia's Market and Deli, Ryan Perkins Attorney at Law, Bob Bruce Dentistry, Randall Heating and Sheet Metal, all sponsoring. Well, they didn't call a timeout. So the Fort Bragg Timberwolves have 9 seconds, 8 seconds to go. This will be the last play. They give it to Giacomella, and again he goes up the middle, and the Timberwolves are content to run out the clock, leading 20-6, and hoping that the best quarterback I've ever seen in my 33 years of calling football isn't hurt, because his right arm, he looked like he tried to pick the ball up to throw it over on the sideline and couldn't. So they just gave the ball to Giacomella rather than try and score. And now it might be up to the defense here. It's halftime. The score, Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 6. There should be a lot of positive things going on across the sideline for Coach Roy Perkins, but that injury to Sullivan is, I'm sure, a little concerned right now. He's a tough kid. Let's hope he's okay. But we'll see. We'll be back for the second half. I'm Lindy Peters for MendocinoTV.com. We still have plenty of football left. It's Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 6. All right, we're back and getting set for the second half. Fort Bragg leading this one 20-6. The Timberwolves scored on a 2-yard run by Brett Giacomello. They also scored on a 36-yard touchdown pass from Kaylor Sullivan to Austin Trujillo, and Triplett caught a 5-yard touchdown pass from Kaylor Sullivan. But Sullivan was going into the end zone on a keeper. The ball squirted loose when his right arm, his throwing arm, was hit by a defender for Cloverdale, and it hit right on his arm, the helmet to his arm. The ball came flying out. The Timberwolves lost that chance to score a touchdown, but more importantly, is Sullivan okay? According to Coach Mark Cimolino, who I spoke to at halftime, he's probably going to be okay, but we'll see. Here we go, the kickoff for the Timberwolves to begin the second half. And again, it's a low bouncing kickoff, and it's picked up deep in Cloverdale territory, but actually a fairly decent little run back. At about the 20-yard line, Bernardi picked it up. That was Adrian Bernardi. And a short gain, but nonetheless, he looked like he was just going to fall on the football, but instead he got some yardage, and it'll be 1st and 10, Cloverdale, to begin the second half. The ball at their 25-yard line. On the far hash mark, quarterback Greg Scaramella, who really hasn't thrown the football much at all in the first half. I don't believe he completed a pass. I don't have a stat man, but they are a running football team. Mason Meyer scored the only touchdown for Cloverdale on a beautiful 58-yard run right up the middle, and boy, once he was in the open field, he took off like a bullet. So here we go, 1st and 10, Cloverdale to begin the second half on Halloween night. Scaramella over center. Takes a snap. Gives, and the man is hit immediately in the backfield. That's Luis Gutierrez, I think, and man, was he stuck. That was Casey, I believe, Hunter Casey, that made the initial hit.
Bernardi dropped by number 44.
Well, that was Bernardi, I guess, the ball carrier that time. Again, I have a little trouble when the players are that far away on your TV screen. They're a little closer because we got a zoom lens, but unfortunately the human eye doesn't come with one of those. But I thought that was a different ball carrier that time, but it was Bernardi, the ball carrier. Backs in the I formation behind Scaramella. Second down. Gives to the first man through, and he is going to be dropped by the interior of the Timberwolves line. Meyer didn't get much at all, maybe a yard, setting up 3rd and long. So if the Timberwolves can come up with some good defense here on this first series, that would be big to set the tone for the second half. Leading 20-6. It's going to be 3rd down now and 9 for Cloverdale. Scaramella getting the play from his offensive coordinator, Fader, over there on the sideline. Now he runs back to the huddle. The Eagles came out pretty fired up here in the second half out of the locker room. And this is a big play for him right now. 3rd down and 9. Scaramella over center. Got a man split out to the right this time. And he's back to pass. He throws. The pass is dropped by McMillan. Pass was there, but McMillan unable to hang on. And it's incomplete, setting up 4th down and 10 and a definite punting situation.
Pass incomplete, intended for McMillan.
Luke Bernardi will be back in punt formation. The Timberwolves are a little careful now. They don't even have anybody back to return the punt. They were burned on a fake punt earlier in this game. Bernardi gets a snap, gets the kick away. There's no one back to receive it. It takes a Cloverdale bounce inside the 40 down to the Fort Bragg 37-yard line where the Timberwolves will have it 1st and 10. So Fort Bragg leading 20-6 will come out on offense. Their defense did the job on that first series. Less than 2 minutes go by on the clock. It's 3 and out for the Cloverdale offense, and Fort Bragg takes over now, 1st down. Sullivan does have tape around that right arm now. You'll see it in the video right there between his wrist and his elbow. That arm is taped up. He took a good hit right there when he fumbled near the end zone back in the first half. So here we go, 1st and 10. Giacomello back with Sullivan in the shotgun. Sullivan gives it to Giacomello, and he goes right up the middle and gets about 5 or 6 yards up across the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line, a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. Well, the Timberwolves with the lead here, 20-6. If they can keep the ball on the ground and pick up some first downs, it's probably a good thing because they'll eat some time off the clock that way as well. Once again, the give is to Giacomella, and the big guy is going to be short of the first down, gets to about the 43-yard line, setting up third down and about 2. Titus checks into the lineup now for the Timberwolves. You want to make sure Giacomella is going to be okay. Giacomella goes to the sidelines. Sullivan has not attempted a pass since that fumble when it looked like his arm might be hurt. His right arm, his throwing arm. So third and short. Sullivan gets a snap, gives it to Titus. Titus goes up the middle and gets what looks to be a first down for the Timberwolves. It depends on the spot, though. It looks like they're going to spot it a little bit short. But again, it depends where they mark this football. It looks like it's a little short, setting up fourth down, the ball at the Timberwolves 46-yard line, and they're going to have a measurement. So maybe he's got enough for a first down. It's hard to tell. Chain gang on the far side. The Timberwolves, though, are setting up for a punt, it looks like. It's Titus, their punter, is back there. Do we have a penalty? The Timberwolves are going way back. No, it is a measurement. That's what's going on here. So Fort Bragg almost expects it to be fourth down, it looks like. They can see from the sideline where it is, and it is going to be short. So do you go for it here or do you punt it away? Again, I can't emphasize more. Kaylor Sullivan has not thrown a pass since what looked like his throwing arm was hit when he fumbled, and I'm not sure if it looks like Titus is going to be the, well, let's wait. Sullivan's still out there, so they may be going for it here on fourth down.
Ball on their own 46.
Sullivan comes up to the line of scrimmage. The Timberwolves may just try and draw him off sides, or they may run a play. It looks like they're going to go for it here on fourth down. The ball at their own 46. This is a big play for both teams. Man comes in motion. That's Morgan. Sullivan. And again, they fake the snap, and then Eagles may have jumped. So that was the intention all along, to see if they could draw him off sides. And they're going to call Sullivan. And you can hear Coach Perkins across the way say, you got to be kidding me. False start on the offense. And I don't know. Boy, Coach Perkins is livid over there. And you can't blame him. So 5 yards. I guess Sullivan yelled too loud. You got it on video, folks. You can watch it yourself. It looked to me like he just said, ready, hut, and Cloverdale went off sides. Sullivan and Fort Bragg's going to go for it. Fourth down and 5. They run that same play. Morgan comes in motion. He gets a snap, pitches to Titus. Titus kicks it away. A quick kick and a good punt. The Timberwolves have a good bounce going all the way down inside the 10, down to about the 5-yard line, and a beautiful running punt from Scooty Titus. He faked like he was going to run it, and he punted it. It looked like it was an option punt. It looked like they had given him the option to punt the ball if he could, and if it looked like he could get a first down, to run it. And so instead he punted it and pins the Eagles deep in their own territory, but they do have a good running game. 8:04 to go now, third quarter. Fort Bragg leading 20-6. We'll keep our eye on the clock because clearly Kaylor Sullivan is not 100%. Scarmella gets the play from the sideline for Cloverdale and goes out to the huddle. So this is really going to be a test of the Timberwolves defense now. They're going to have to hold Cloverdale because their offense, without a fully functioning quarterback, Kaylor Sullivan, might be in a different mode now. There's the give, first man through, and he got some yardage, but not much. Right up the middle he went, maybe 2 yards up to about the 6-yard line. Second down and 8. The nice thing about a running attack, when you're ahead by 2 touchdowns, is time is of the essence on the clock, and when you do run the football, the clock continues to run. As I said, Scarmella has only thrown a couple of passes. I'm not sure if he has a completion. Again, I don't have a stat man. The last series he completed or attempted one pass, it was incomplete. All right, second down and 8. Ball at the 6. There's the pitch. Back it goes to Bernardi, getting around the right side. No, he is stopped. Again, getting hardly any yardage at all, as Triplett came up to make the stop. third down, maybe a yard, 3rd and 7 now. The ball out at about the 6-yard line.
Sweep around the right side, brought down by Triplett.
So now a big 3rd down play for both teams, the offense and the defense. Cloverdale deep in their own territory here. We'll have it 3rd down and call it 7. McMillan, the wide receiver, comes out of the lineup now. In the backfield is Luke Bernardi. Along with him is Mason Meyer, the up back from the I formation. Scarmella over center. Fakes a pitch, gives it inside, and here comes the running back with lots of room. 1st down and more. Number 24. That was Gutierrez, inside handoff. That's the play that for 2 years the Timberwolves defense has been unable to stop, where a wing comes off and gets an inside handoff, although I couldn't see exactly where he got that handoff. It was far away, and I was unable to see, but the net result is a big 1st down for Cloverdale, all the way out to their own 35-yard line. So the Timberwolves had them deep in their own territory, but now Cloverdale has the football, and they've got some breathing room. Scarmella again with the backs in the I formation. Got one receiver wide out to the right. Timberwolves with 8 men in the box right now. Back to pass is Scarmella looking to his right. Pass is thrown just behind him. Gutierrez, the intended receiver, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 2nd down and 10.
24, Luis Gutierrez.
6:09 to go, 3rd quarter. Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 6. A big game for the NCL1 lead right now. The Timberwolves and the Cloverdale Eagles tied at the top with St. Helena. Fort Bragg's defense has played well. They did give up a 58-yard touchdown run, but Mason Meyer, that great running back for Cloverdale, you got to give him credit and tip your cap on that run. Again, they put 8 men up in the box. Scarmella with a tight formation. 2nd and 10. Gets the snap. Fakes, back to pass, getting some pressure from Whitlock. Throws on the run. The pass is incomplete. Intended that time for Adrian Bernardi, but Scarmella was having to throw that one on the run, and it's going to set up 3rd and 10. Clock stops now, 6:03. Just 6 seconds tick away on that clock on the play. So 3rd and 10 now for the Eagles as McMillan goes back into the lineup, the 6'5" wide receiver. Might be able to take advantage of his size here. Scarmella gets the play and comes back out onto the field as Damon McKinney comes out for Cloverdale on the offense. McMillan splits out here to the left, a man slotted inside of him. Scarmella over center on 3rd and 10. And he's back to pass, setting up a screen. Ball is caught, and 1st down for Cloverdale. It's across the 45 to the 46-yard line, so they've converted 2 big 3rd and long 1st downs. Bernardi gets the 1st down on the screen pass that time.
Pulled down from behind by Titus. Enough for an Eagle 1st down.
Under 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time left in this game.
Ball now on the Cloverdale 47.
Where it'll be 1st down, Eagles. Ball still on their side of midfield at the 47. Bernardi, the lone back now. 2 men split right, 1 man left. A different offensive formation in the last couple of plays for Cloverdale. Scarmella gives, and up the middle he comes. Bernardi, he's got a 1st down and more across the 40 down to the 36-yard line of the Timberwolves. So what they've done now is they've changed their offensive set. They've spread men out. They have a man split left and 2 men split to the right on that formation. That opens up the 8 men in the box defense and allows that run up the middle a little more room, and Cloverdale cashes in on that one. In fact, here's that same formation. Timberwolves still have to watch for the run here. Scarmella over center, 1st down. Back to pass this time. Got some time. Throws over the middle. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. Pass was intended that time for Adrian Bernardi.
Brings up 2nd down.
Stops the clock with 5:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Well, this could turn into a long game if Cloverdale starts throwing the football a lot, because that'll stop the clock on every incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10, the ball at the Timberwolves 36-yard line. There's that same formation. 2 men split wide right, 1 man left, 1 back behind Scarmella. Scarmella pitches on the read option, and a man's got some room. That's Luke Bernardi. And over the right side he goes, and it's going to be short of the first down as he's wrestled down at about the 30-yard line, setting up 3rd down. So there's that read option, and that time Strickland, or it might have been Casey, I'm not sure, whoever had outside containment on the left side went for the quarterback. Well, you really have to. I mean, you can't play the running back, otherwise the quarterback's going to turn it upfield. But a holding call against the Cloverdale Eagles is going to be 10 yards in the right direction. So that play, the holding call from the spot of infraction, will bring it 10 yards back to about the 40, for the 44-yard line, setting up 2nd down at about 18. So that was a big penalty on Cloverdale that time. 4:58 to go, 3rd quarter. Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 6. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Glad you're enjoying this game. 2 men split left, 1 man to the right this time as the Eagles once again spread out the Timberwolves defense a little bit. Scarmella over center. Takes a snap, gives, first man through. He's got plenty of yardage over the right side and finally dropped out of bounds after he gets a first down at the Timberwolves 25-yard line. And another penalty flag is down, and this one might be against the Timberwolves. Because Cloverdale's is clapping over here. So there's another big penalty against the Timberwolves. They're going to tack on 15 yards after the play, and it's going to be first down at about the 10-yard line for Cloverdale once they mark this off. Inside the well, where are they going to put it? That's right where they put it, at the 10-yard line. Well, we got a game tonight, folks. 4:33 to go. All the time in the world here in this football game. It's only the 3rd quarter. Cloverdale has it first down after that penalty at the Timberwolves 13-yard line. Remember, they started this drive at their own 4 after a quick kick. And once they went to this different formation, splitting people out to the left and splitting people out to the right, it's opened up their defense for running, or the Timberwolves defense a little bit for running right up the middle. And there they go, right up the middle again, and this time no gain on the play. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard, 2nd down. So clearly that's the intention, not to necessarily throw the football, but to spread the defense out a little bit, because the Timberwolves were putting 8 men, sometimes 9 men up in the box to stop the run on those tight tight end formations. 2nd down, a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12, the ball back to the 15-yard line. Cloverdale can get a first down at about the 3.
2nd down, Eagles. Ball on the Fort Bragg 15.
McMillan splits out to the right, 2 men to the left. Bernardi, the lone back, behind Scarmella. Scarmella back to pass, throwing to the right to McMillan, who's got the catch and is dropped short of the first down, but back inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Down to 3:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. I'll tell you what, if Cloverdale scores here, the pressure is going to be all over Fort Bragg with a quarterback who has not thrown a pass since his arm was hit, fumbling the ball right into the end zone. That really would have been a huge difference in this game had that Timberwolves scored a touchdown there, but instead it was a turnover and an injury at the same time. So 3rd down now, 5 yards to go at the 9-yard line of the Timberwolves. Scarmella gives, and the man is dropped. Nice tackle that time in the middle by Sam Perkins, setting up 4th down and goal. Well, here's a big play now for both teams. Down to 2:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. I would think, if I was the offensive coordinator for Cloverdale, you might want to try and throw it to the big guy, John McMillan. He's 6'5". He towers over any of the other defenders for the Timberwolves out there. He's the one that caught a pass a moment ago to give them the field position they have. He's the man splitting out to the left now. Triplets out here with him. 1 man split right, a man slotted inside, a throwing formation. 4th and goal. Back to pass to Scarmella. He's looking for McMillan. He's looking, a little shovel pass up to Bernardi, who's got it, and he's going to go all the way in for a touchdown. Or I'm sorry, that's Meyer. No, it was Luke Bernardi. Touchdown Cloverdale, and we got a game. 4th and goal. Nice pass from Scarmella that time, a little shovel pass underneath. It looked like they were going to try and roll and look for McMillan out in the corner, but now it's 20-12. 1:56 to go. And the Timberwolves are going to have to answer. On to try the extra point now is Jimenez for the Eagles. Snap, spots down, kick is a pass. 2-point conversion, good. A fake, and the Timberwolves have been faked out twice. As Scarmella, the holder, instead, beautiful fake, passed it to McMillan, the big guy, and it's 20-14. And that missed extra point by the Timberwolves, as I said when it happened, could be a big factor, and in fact it is now. 1:56 to go, third quarter. It's all Cloverdale here. They've picked up the momentum. They're fired up on the sidelines. And like I said, it all depends on whether Kaylor Sullivan can still throw the football. He has not thrown a pass in the second half. He has not thrown a pass since that injury.
Tonight by the Press Democrats, so we'd ask you and urge you, if you don't get a paper, buy a paper and read about the game in tomorrow's Press Democrat.
So now the Eagles will kick it off. I would, again, be very careful of an onside kick here. The Eagles have had a fake punt, a fake extra point. They both have worked beautifully. Their special teams are outplaying the Timberwolves' special teams so far here.
Jimenez, the kickoff for Cloverdale.
Back to receive is Morgan, along with him Tamaya.
Morgan and Tamayo are deep for Fort Bragg.
The Timberwolves will see if they're going to try an onside kick here. Jimenez, left-footed kicker. 1:56 to go, third quarter. Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 14. Here comes the kick. And he does kick it away. It's a bouncer, picked up by Morgan at the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and there's a penalty flag.
Kickoff fielded by Morgan.
So even though we would have the ball at the 46-yard line, I think this penalty will probably go against the Timberwolves. It usually does on a special teams penalty. So it's a 10-yard penalty against the Timberwolves, and instead of having the ball at about midfield, they'll start at about their own 40-yard line. Sullivan now has that tape that was on his forearm from his wrist to his elbow is no longer there. The ball actually is spotted back at the 37-yard line. So Timberwolves have it 1st and 10. And they need to answer that touchdown. They need to go down and score here. Take some of the air out of the sails of the Cloverdale Eagles. So 1st and 10. 2 men split right, 2 men left in that wide spread formation. Sullivan is going to throw, and over the middle it goes incomplete, and you can see there's something that just did not look like a typical Sullivan pass, as Morgan coming across the middle was open, and nothing on that ball. You can see him opening his fist and closing his fist. 2nd down and 10. Baker with Giancana split out to the right. The twin safeties for the Eagles, again, 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. Sullivan, low snap, back to pass, throw, and again, incomplete. And you can see there's definitely something wrong with Sullivan's arm.
3rd down.
Those are passes he normally completes. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the kid, but he's out there right now less than 100% at a critical time in the game. 3rd and 10 now for Fort Bragg. Clock stops, 1:38 to go in this third quarter. And Timberwolves seem a little confused. Giancana doesn't know where to go in the formation. Now he comes back here into the slot. Big play for the Timberwolves. Coach Perkins yelling something out on the sidelines. Finally they get set. Now a man comes in motion. Sullivan. Bad snap and penalty flags fly. And the Timberwolves have lost their momentum. They've lost the confidence. False start called against the Timberwolves. It's going to be 3rd and 15. So now, if you're the Timberwolves, you just got to hope your defense can hold here. because your offense is sputtering and you've got an injured quarterback. So a big 3rd and 15 now for the Timberwolves. They have to get to the 47-yard line to get a first down. 2 men split right. 2 men split left. That spread formation set now. Sullivan gets the snap, rolling, looking, throwing, a little middle screen, caught, and tackle made immediately that time by Cloverdale, who are completely fired up. That was Travis Katowski who made the stop. 4th and 13, the Timberwolves will have to punt. Well, this game's completely turned around since Kaylor Sullivan fumbled right near the end zone and was hit on his right arm. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's just the way it is. 1:12 here now, left in this third quarter, the clock running. Titus will have to punt it away. Gets the kick away. It's a nice high kick. Takes a Cloverdale bounce straight out of bounds, and the Eagles will have it at their own 34-yard line with 56 seconds to go, and they are fired up. They pin their ears to their head and run out on the field.
Cloverdale 33.
You can hear them shouting and screaming on the field there as they get set for the final minute here in this third quarter. Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 14. Eagles scoring on a 4th down the last time they had the football, and then getting a fake conversion for a 2-point conversion, and they're right back in the game with all the momentum. Ever since here they do that same thing. They spread 2 men left, 1 man right on the Timberwolves defense. There's a give up the middle, and running back coming through, getting some good yardage. Bernardi picks up about 5, 2nd down and 5. Call it a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. So by spreading the Timberwolves defense, they've really opened up their running game, the Eagles have, in the second half. Fort Bragg travels well. The fans across the way are really hollering it out for their defense. 24 seconds to go, third quarter. 20-14, Fort Bragg leading by 6. There's a snap. Give. Man still on his feet, fighting over the right side. I believe short of the first down, setting up 3rd down here, but short. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. He's going to be short about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And that's the end of the third quarter. The score, Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 14, 12 minutes of football left, and we have a dandy on Halloween night under the lights in Cloverdale. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. 12 minutes left. We'll be back. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll find out. Okay, 12 minutes of football left. We enter the fourth quarter on the near hash mark. 3rd and 1 for Cloverdale. The ball at their own 41-yard line. Scarmella with 1 back behind him. That's Luke Bernardi. Scarmella back to pass, looks, throws, and the ball's incomplete. 4th down. Whitlock all over Scarmella that time before he could get the pass off. The ball at their own 41-yard line. And let's see if Cloverdale's going to go for it here. It looks like they are. So 4th down and 1. You don't want your team to jump off sides. This is another big 4th down play. Cloverdale has really come up with some big plays in this game on these various situations where it's a key play, 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Meyer splits to the left with Gutierrez, McMillan right, Luke Bernardi in the backfield, 4th and 1. And he bobbed his head. Scarmella bobbed his head. You cannot do that. That should be against Cloverdale. He bobbed his head. And they're going to call it on the Timberwolves. I tell you what, you cannot bob your head like that. Fort Bragg got called on a penalty on the same kind of play.
The result of the penalty is first down Cloverdale, while on their own 47.
Well, Coach Perkins said before the game, as long as the officials don't get involved in this, they might have a good chance. But you cannot bob your head at quarterback like that. That is drawing the team off sides. But they called it against Fort Bragg. First down Cloverdale. Scarmella back to pass, throwing deep. Got a man there, and he makes the catch. That's Myers catching it at the 31-yard line. 11:52 to go in the game. First down, Cloverdale. The ball down at the Fort Bragg 31-yard line. So a big penalty there against the Timberwolves. First down.
First down, Cloverdale, ball on the Fort Bragg 30-yard line.
Nice pass from Scarmella that time as he delivered that ball, and Meyer made a nice catch. So now the defense for the Timberwolves has to really buckle down and stop the Eagles if they want to hang in here. Leading by 6. Scarmella gets a snap, looks, pitches, ball's on the ground, bounces right back up to Bernardi, and it's just been that kind of night for the Timberwolves. It's all bouncing for Cloverdale right now. That was almost like a basketball bounce. He missed the ball, it bounced right back to him, which you don't see in football too often. And instead of a big play, it's a 4-yard gain for Cloverdale, 2nd and 6. 11 minutes to go in the game.
Eagles ball on the Fort Bragg 27.
The ball down to the Timberwolves 27-yard line. Defense now for the Timberwolves, as I've been saying, really has to pick it up here. 2 men split left, 1 man right. Luke Bernardi back behind Scarmella at quarterback. He takes a snap, gives it to him. Up the middle he comes. He stopped. That's Casey that dropped him from behind. Also Strickland in there with the first hit. And Giacomello to finish him off, setting up 3rd down and about 4.
Stopped by the defensive center of the
Timberwolves have 10:27 to go in this game.
Led by Cavender.
And now the official saying something to one of the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves, Hunter Casey's being talked to, and he just kind of lifted his arms with his palms in the air and said, I don't know what's going on. 3rd down and 4. Scarmella gets the play and comes in from the sideline. You can hear the Timberwolves defense chant across the way from their fans. This is now up to the defense. McMillan splits to the right. Bernardi, the lone back. 2 men split left behind Scarmella. He gets a snap, looking left, throws, pass is caught, and tackle made by Will Picorni. Drops him for a loss. 4th down now and 6. Can the Timberwolves stop the Eagles on 4th down? Can the officials keep the flags in the pockets? Let's find out. 9:37 to go in the game. The defense for the Timberwolves with another big play here. It's 4th down. Scarmella gets the play from Coach Rick Berry, and into the huddle he strides. 1 man splits left. That's the big guy, McMillan. 2 men split out here to the right. Luke Bernardi behind Scarmella at quarterback. And again, he bobs his head. You can't do that. I can't believe the officials are calling this against the Timberwolves. There you go. Thank you very much. That's the proper call. It was the proper call last time. You cannot bob your head. There you go. He even shows the coach. You can't bob your head. So 5 yards against Cloverdale. They got away with it last time, but thank goodness an official knows the rules. So now it'll be 4th down and 11. Another big play. You still have to fire up on defense. So they need a good rush on the quarterback now, and they need to play some good defensive back.
4th down.
So Scarmella
Ball on the Fort Bragg 32.
over center. Takes a snap. He's back to pass. He throws. He lobs it. Triplets under it. He makes it. Oh, he throws it down instead of intercepting it. You know why? He did that because it's 4th down, and the Timberwolves will have a 1st down. A very smart play by Eric Triplett. I've called poor Luke Triplett a lot of different Triplett names because over the years of doing games for the Timberwolves, he's had a few relatives with different first names. Lucas Triplett with a very smart play knocked it down. Fort Bragg stops him with 8:44 to go in the game, leading 20-14. So 1st and 10 Timberwolves. Kaylor Sullivan, whose right arm obviously is injured right now, brings him up for that no-huddle spread offense. Getting a little help from Scooty Titus in the backfield with him. Gets a snap, gives it to Titus. Titus, up the middle he goes, and the little guy's got some positive yardage, picking up about 3, setting up 2nd down and 7. 8:35 to go in the game.
Ball carrier was Giacomello, brought down by John Janey.
So Titus remains in the game. Giacomello is on the sideline right now. Jasper Estes checks in. Triplett splitting out here to the left. Cloverdale's adjusted their defense a little bit now with one safety, with Sullivan apparently hurt. They give it to Titus, and again, he gets a few yards, if any. It's setting up 3rd down and long now. So even though I was told that Kaylor Sullivan's arm seems to be okay, it's clearly not. Something wrong with his right arm. But he is being tough out there. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6. But he obviously cannot throw the football. I watched him after the injury on the sideline. He didn't even try. It hurt so bad. He just threw the ball down in disgust that he was hurt. So now a long break here. The Timberwolves are calling a timeout is what they're doing. They let the clock run down. 7:24 to go in the game. Well, it's clear that there has to be a change in the game plan for the Timberwolves. They came out, and when Kaylor Sullivan was healthy, he was moving the football. He was hitting his receivers. The Timberwolves had a 2-touchdown lead, and things were looking pretty good. But ever since that big play right near the end zone, it almost looked as though he was in the end zone when he fumbled, but obviously not. The touchdown signal never went up. But he had the ball knocked out of his hand with a helmet to the arm, and the fumble not only turned the ball over, but it seemed to hurt his arm on that same play, and he has not been the same since. And now Lucas Triplett has been a quarterback in the past, and I don't know if you see him come in here at this point, but Kaylor Sullivan, I think, went to the sideline before this play. And in fact, Lucas Triplett is now at quarterback. 3 men split to the left, 1 man splits to the right for the Eagles. Triplett gets a bad snap and falls right on it. So it's 4th down. And you can just see, ever since Sullivan has been hurt, this team is not the same.
Fort Bragg backfield is recovered by Triplett.
And now the Timberwolves will have to punt, and Cloverdale with 7 minutes to go in the game. If they go down and score, all they need is an extra point, and they're going to win, or at least go ahead. Titus back to punt. I'm hoping that Sullivan doesn't have a broken bone or something really serious in that right arm. So Titus now, they'll need a good snap here. They do. He gets away a kick. It's a high kick. Gutierrez runs up to field it at his own 45, gets to the 50, and across the 50 to the Timberwolves 45. And it'll be 1st down Cloverdale on their own, on the Timberwolves side, that is, Timberwolves side of the 50-yard line. 6:35 to go in the game. Well, it's up to the Timberwolves defense at this point. So much riding on this game. And the one thing you couldn't afford to happen if you're the Timberwolves happened. Kaylor Sullivan got hurt. He's over on the sideline right now taking snaps, but you can tell there's something wrong. He won't even use his right arm to lateral it back to the center. 1st and 10, Cloverdale. Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. Carmella back to pass. Throws it deep. Again, throwing it incomplete as he had to throw that pass early. And 2nd down, 10. 6:30 to go. Pokorny had the coverage on Meyer that time. Second down and 10. The ball at the Timberwolves' 44-yard line. Again, watching Sullivan taking snaps on the sideline. He'll get the snap, and then he'll throw it back left-handed. He's clearly majorly injured right now with his right arm. 2nd and 10 for Cloverdale. Back to the field. Scarmello over center. Back, gives it to Bernardi, and Bernardi is stopped, setting up 3rd and 10.
Bernardi off the left side.
6:20 to go in the game. Of course, Cloverdale's in 4-down territory at this point.
Like Perkins and friends.
Two key players on the offense. Brett Giacomella has not been in the last couple of series, the running back, and neither has, well, at least on that last play, Kaylor Sullivan. I don't know that you'll see Sullivan play again tonight. 3rd and 10. Going to be up to the defense. Cloverdale with Scarmella. 2 men split right, 1 man splits left. Bernardi the lone back. He's back, fakes, and he's dropped. 4th and 10. And the ball comes loose. The Timberwolves are on it. Is it a fumble? Apparently not. Nice hit by Sam Perkins that time. So it's 4th down and 11 for Cloverdale. The clock running, 5:30 to go in the game. 45-yard line. The defense coming through with 2 big plays on the last couple of plays there. They need one more to turn it over to the Timberwolves offense, and then hope that they can get a few first downs. Cloverdale still has a full complement of timeouts, I believe. What a great game. So here we go. Scarmella up to the line of scrimmage. 2 men split right, 1 man left. Luke Bernardi behind him. Takes a snap, looks, throws. Passes incomplete. Beautiful defense that time. Knocked away nicely by the Timberwolves and slow to get up.
Pass intended for McMillan. Incomplete.
Not sure who that was, but it's Timberwolves get it on downs. He knocked the pass away on the far sideline and then seems to be hurt.
Pass broken up by Triplett.
And if it's Triplett, then we got 3 great offensive players. Kaylor Sullivan, he's hurt. Brett Giacomella, he's hurt. And Triplett just left the field. The Timberwolves right now without a quarterback.
Ball just inside their own 45.
And timeout for the official, calls a timeout for injury because Triplett's a key player. Sullivan has found his way back out onto the field. Is Giacomella out there? That's a key. If you've got big number 34, you're going to have to try and ride him right now. But he's not out there. Scooty Titus is out there instead. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. The ball at their own 44. Sullivan is back in their quarterback. He gives to Titus. Titus trying to sweep the left side. Or that's Tamaya. Tamaya gets about 4 yards up to about midfield. 4:46 to go in the game. Looking across the field to see if Triplett's okay. Trujillo splits out here to the left. Tamayo now the lone back with Kaylor Sullivan, whose right arm is obviously hurt. But he's in there. 2nd and 5. He gets a snap. Gives it to Maya, and he is hit immediately. No gain at all that time as Adrian Bernardi obviously didn't get blocked. In fact, he lost
by Adrian Bernardi.
A couple of yards, setting up 3rd down and 9. 4:01 to go to the game. Well, the Timberwolves just don't have healthy players. Now Triplett looked like he was ready to come back out on the field, but what is he going to – they need him on defense too. It looks like a game of attrition right now. Timberwolves taking some time off the clock, waiting for this play, looking to the sideline. 3rd and 10. And the Timberwolves let the clock go down to 3:34 and then stop the clock.
Timeout, Timberwolves.
Well, we'll keep it right here we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, on that play, we were trying to change a battery in our camera. Triplett came in at quarterback. Triplett rolled out to his right. He flipped it back to Ricky Cavender when he was about to get tackled. Cavender, a good wrestler, but not a running back, tried to get some yardage, but lost about 5 yards. So it's 4th and 15. And once again, this game will depend on the defense. Timeout called. Tell you what, we'll take a little break and set our cameras and be right back. Well, here's where we stand. It's 20-14 Fort Bragg leading. There's 3:20 left in this game. Titus to punt. Back to receive is Gutierrez. The Timberwolves have to get a good snap from center. Titus needs to get a good punt away. And Cloverdale is going to have the football with a chance to tie or win the game. There's a snap. There's the kick. Kicks it away from the receiver, but it takes a Cloverdale bounce backwards. And Timberwolves down it at the 39-yard line, so Cloverdale with really good field position has it 60 yards away from the end zone. And here we go. As the Timberwolves will have to, once again, ask their defense to stop Cloverdale. Triplett's back out there. He's a key defender for the Timberwolves. You can hear the Fort Bragg fans here on Halloween night hollering defense. 3:12 to go in the game. Cloverdale has the football. They have the momentum right now. The ball at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Scarmella back to pass, throw, caught. And Adrian Bernardi makes the catch and gets about a 9-yard pickup up to midfield. Under 3 minutes to go in the game now. 2nd down and 1. Timberwolves trying to hold him one more time. Scarmella back to pass. He's hit. He throws. Its pass is caught by Gutierrez, and Gutierrez is knocked out of bounds. Cloverdale wanted a late hit, but that man was still in bounds. So he's knocked out of bounds. It's 1st down. The clock stops, 2:43 to go. Cloverdale has it 1st and 10 at the Timberwolves' 44-yard line. Plenty of time left for the Eagles to try and win this game. 2 men split left. McMillan way out to the left. Gutierrez splits out to the right. Luke Bernardi behind Scarmella at quarterback. Scarmella back to pass again. Getting some pressure. Screen pass set up for Luke Bernardi, and he is not down, and he's trying to get outside. And he's got outside containment. There he goes to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line. As Luke Bernardi gives the Eagles a big play, 2:28 to go in the game. It's right there at the 11-yard line, 1st down, Cloverdale. So the defense for the Timberwolves now really to be tested after that big play. Luke Bernardi with a beautiful run after the catch. It looked like he was down, but he got away. 1st down at the 11-yard line. Scarmella over center. Takes a snap, gives to Bernardi, and he is dropped. Whitlock came in and made the stop. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Cloverdale rushing a play in now. At the 10-yard line, 2nd down. No gain on that play. Scarmella back to pass, throws it in the corner, and it is incomplete. 3rd and 9 at the 10-yard line. Intended for McMillan that time. Tried to use his 6'5" size.
1:43 remaining in the game. Brings up 3rd down for the Eagles. Ball on the Fort Bragg 11.
Well, I tell you what, the guy that's really been having a good night is Luke Bernardi. If you're Cloverdale, you're probably going to try and get the ball in his hands, but another good running back is Mason Meyer. So they have 2 weapons you might look for here. Meyer slotted on the right. Bernardi, the lone back behind Scarmella. He takes a snap, pitch, back to Bernardi. Here he comes left side, and he's stopped. 4th down, 1:36 to go in the game. It's going to come down to one play. It's going to come down to one play. At the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal.
4th down, Eagles.
Eagles line up quickly. Bernardi back to pass. Looks, throws, dive, incomplete! Incomplete! The Timberwolves have it. 1:17 to go in the game. They can kneel down on it. I don't know how many timeouts Cloverdale has, but what a big play that was. The Eagles, you'd think maybe they'd want to call a timeout and set a play up that time, but instead they hustled up to the line of scrimmage and ran a play quickly. So now the Timberwolves have the football at their own 6-yard line with 1:17 to go. Fort Bragg leads 20-6, and the Timberwolves call a timeout, a wise timeout. Coach Perkins wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page here. They can't afford a penalty. They can't afford a turnover. They can't afford a mistake.
Cloverdale Eagles play host to St. Helena.
I think the Eagles only have 2 timeouts left. I know they used one. I don't know that they used a second. Your complement of timeouts in high school is 3.5. Not 3.5 timeouts, 3 per half. So if Fort Bragg runs a play, they can stop the clock. If they run another play, they can stop the clock. That'll set up 3rd down, and then I believe they can't stop the clock after that, and Fort Bragg can kneel on it and just run out the clock on 4th down. But the Eagles may get the ball back here if Fort Bragg is unable to run the clock down. Well, let's see who they have in there at quarterback and what kind of a formation they're going to run. It looks like Triplett's going to be the quarterback, and it looks like Triplett's going to take it right over center. And he's going to take it right up the middle and hold on to the football. Minute 13, a minute 12, a minute 11, a minute 10. And the Eagles call a timeout with a minute 12. They called a timeout before I was able to look back up and see that they had done that. So still a minute 12 to go in the game. 2nd down, the ball at the 8-yard line. Fort Bragg leading 20-14. Boy, this is pretty exciting. We want to thank Peoria Insurance, Purity Supermarket, Fort Bragg Transmission, the Jerry Mello Foundation, Columbia's Market and Deli, Ryan Perkins, Attorney at Law, Bob Roos Dentistry, Randall Heating and Sheet Metal for sponsoring this game. Water. Yeah. All right, here we go. A minute 12 left in the game. Fort Bragg comes out to the line of scrimmage. I'm about ready to lose my voice here. Triplett over center.
2nd down, Timberwolves, ball in their own 9.
Takes the snap, and he's going to give it to Titus, right side. Or I'm not sure who that, Giacomella it is. He holds on to the football and gets out close to a 1st down. No, Cloverdale picks up the fumble. Well, Cloverdale says they have it. I'm not sure if they do. So, I don't know. I couldn't see what happened there, but if Fort Bragg loses this football game, they only have themselves to blame because there was no reason to fumble that football. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You want to hold on to it. So Cloverdale has it, 1st and 10, a minute 4 to go. And here we go again.
1st down, Eagles, ball on the Fort Bragg 16, 1:04 remaining in the game.
1st and 10, Cloverdale. Scarmella with Bernardi behind him. Takes the snap, back to pass. Getting some pressure, looks, throws, caught, and man is tackled. 58, 57, 56, 55 to go in the game. Clock running. Cloverdale up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 at the 16-yard line. Back to pass to Scarmella. Pass caught. Tackle. Incomplete. Pass is incomplete. Stop clocks with 38 seconds to go. 3rd and 10 at the 16.
38 seconds remaining in the game. 3rd down, Eagles.
If you thought the Giants' 7th game of the World Series was exciting, how about this? Cloverdale, 3rd and 10. They got 2 plays to go 16 yards. Fort Bragg leads 20-14. Two men split left. One man splits to the right. Luke Bernardi behind Scarmella in the backfield. He gets the snap. His throw. His pass is intercepted by Will Picorni in the end zone. Will Picorni intercepts the football. And with 32 seconds to go, Fort Bragg will have it at their 20-yard line. And please kneel on the football. Will Picorni, the second week in a row, he's come up with a big interception. Against St. Helena, he intercepted a pass and returned it 60 or 50-some yards for a touchdown. And now he intercepts the pass in the end zone. With 32 seconds to go, Fort Bragg just has to kneel on the football. And they're going to go home on a happy bus. And big concern is for Kaylor Sullivan. There's the snap. Triplet kneels down. 28 seconds to go. Cloverdale cannot stop the clock. They've run out of timeouts. They had their chance. They had their chance. What a game. Fort Bragg is going to win. With 10 seconds to go, they leave the field. The new first-place team in the NCL1 is your Fort Bragg Timberwolves. They have beat the Cloverdale Eagles on Halloween night in Cloverdale, and the Eagles had every chance to win this game, having it not once, but twice. Deep in the red zone with a chance to tie or win, and both times the defense for Fort Bragg has come up with a big play. The biggest play of the game, Will Picorni's interception in the end zone. And you just hope that Kaylor Sullivan's injured right arm is not serious, because the Timberwolves are in first place. They play Clear Lake at home next week. That'll be our next webcast. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com and Peoria Insurance, Fort Bragg Transmission, the Jerry Mello Foundation, Purity Supermarket, Columbia's Market and Deli, Ryan Perkins Attorney at Law, Bob Bruce Dentistry, and Randall Heating and Sheet Metal. Thanks to our sponsors. Hope you enjoyed our webcast. What a game. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Your Fort Bragg Timberwolves have done it tonight, beating the Eagles. Again, the final, Fort Bragg 20, Cloverdale 14.
Good job. Hey, can we talk to you for a second? Yeah. Great job, Will. Great job.
Yeah. Okay, well, here we're going to.
Way to go, buddy. Outstanding. That was so awesome.
Heads up play. Lindy, you on?
Wow. All right, well, let's coach. Yeah, Jesse, thanks, kid.
Hi, you guys.
Great
Good
job. Well done. Seniors come up big. Great job.
All right, we got Coach Roy Perkins here after what was probably the most exciting game maybe I've ever seen.
Way too exciting. Way too exciting.
What were you thinking when they recovered that fumble with a minute to go at the 16-yard line?
We go out there, they have 2 timeouts left, so I thought I seriously thought we'll take a knee 3 times, maybe take a safety if I'd have had Kaylor in the game, but I'm thinking if we try something like that, it could go wrong. So I just think, okay, we'll get 9 backs and run the ball right at them. I tell the kids, cover the ball up, don't try to do too much. But they're high school kids. They're going to try to do everything they can, and all of a sudden the ball comes out. It's just, I should have just had him take a knee. That was my fault. I should have just had him take a knee 3 times, and the clock would have run down, and they got in punt formation, taken the safety, and we might have been able to get the game over with. So that was unnecessary excitement, but I don't think anybody asked for their money back after the game.
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you, the adjustment. Obviously, Coach Barry made an adjustment in the second half. He spread out his offense, and it opened up the running game.
Opened up, and he went almost exclusively one back stuff, which then messes up our reads. And we hadn't really prepared. We knew they'd do that, but not that much, because they've been just a power off tackle team for weeks, and they're really good at it, but we were able to stuff that pretty well with our kids. But once they spread everybody out, so then I had to gamble and go pure man coverage back there, and what kept killing us is they spread us out and then threw the ball to that good back on the screen, so we had to get somebody on him, and finally we got that taken care of. And the play that they threw it to him in a flat, we had him tackled and he breaks it all the way down. That was kid's a great back. I mean, he's
a great game.
He's a great player.
And your pass rush too, though, because the pass defense is twofold, and you had pressure all night.
We had pressure all night. The key to things is when we started the year, we had Hunter Casey and Claudia Whitlock at linebackers, and when I made the decision to move them up to defensive ends, it's totally changed the defense. They are so fast and aggressive that they come off the edge and they get there so fast the other team doesn't really have time to pass drop and so forth. And they're so aggressive and so fast that they make incredible plays. They're really the key to everything.
Well, this was a must win
Oh,
for you guys,
absolutely.
and you came through. So
absolutely.
you have to feel
Absolutely.
as exciting as it was.
Oh yeah, and you know, these kids. This is what I love about high school football is that, you know, I've done this a long time, but these kids will never forget this night for the rest of their lives.
Right.
And they are so thrilled out of their minds right now. That's why we do this. I mean, seriously.
I don't think I'll ever forget.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I've coached a lot of games, but this is right there at the top, the way these kids battled and didn't give up. I mean, we lost Kaler, who's the key to everything, but our defense wasn't going to let the other team beat us. So that was.
And they had to come through twice.
Oh
on
yeah,
defense.
yeah. We had to stop
I mean, you had to
two
put it
separate
all on
times.
their shoulders.
Absolutely.
Wilford
And
Corney
they-
with that big
Oh,
interception
it's
at the end of the
huge.
game.
It was absolutely huge. And then Lucas Triplett, I'll tell you what, the kid's a sophomore, but he is so smart on that fourth down pass,
Yeah,
and he
to
just
knock it away.
bats it down. I mean, the kid is really smart. And then he's covering their senior receiver the whole night. And that McMillan kid's good, and he totally shut him down. So that was huge. So our kids stepped up and played well.
Happy bus ride home.
Oh man, it'll be a nice weekend. But Clear Lake's tough. We cannot go home and not play well next week. But if we get that one, then we're co-league champions with St. Helena that we beat. So as far as I'm concerned, you know,
You are.
we are league champions, and that should give us a home playoff game. So I'm pretty thrilled with these kids, and we are very young.
You are. Congratulations,
Thank
Coach
you.
Perkins.
Thank you.
It was a great game tonight.
It was fun.
And after that Giants game,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think a few of us may have watched the other time, this one topped it.
This was, and the beauty of, you know, and again, the beauty of high school football, nobody's getting paid. These kids are just out here playing like that for nothing but fun and pride and representing their family and so forth. It's the best sport there is. High school football, you can't beat it. It really, it's special. So, thank you guys. I appreciate it. See you next week.
All right, Coach Roy
you
Perkins, winning coach tonight.
The
Halloween night.
There's a bunch of winning kids over there.
I tell you
they're
what,
winning kids.
We were all a little scared at the end on Halloween night.
Yeah, Halloween night, trick or treat, but it was trick or treat on Cloverdale, thank God. So,
Yeah, we got the
pretty,
treat.
It was a pretty pleasant night. So,
All right, congratulations.
now we go home and prepare for next week.
Okay, good
Thank
luck.
you.
buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.